Hey guys, Classy Gengar here, and today I'm going to be going over a battle I had about a week ago with a YouTuber. I'll have his link in the description. It's a really great battle. He also has a couple battles with the Shady Penguin, so definitely check those out. So let's get right into this. He's a really good Pokemon battler, and I kind of got I learned some things, definitely, that's for sure. So he leads Circuitry, and I'm pretty sure this thing's Scarfed, and it outspeeds me, so yes, it's Scarfed. But I am going to be able to get my Z move off because it doesn't quite take me out. But actually, he might be Focus Sashed, thinking about it. Maybe I should just wait and watch, huh? No, okay, so he is Scarfed, alright. Sorry about that, I battled someone and they had a Sashed one. It screwed me over. So he sends in his, Orsum, which is his Scizor, and I kind of predicted a, Bullet Punch, and I didn't want to lose my Porygon Z just yet, so I swapped into my Celesteela, which could definitely handle this thing really well. Plus I have Flamethrower, which would almost guaranteed to OHKO it, unless it's got some serious special defense investment. And plus, Celesteela is pretty stally. So he's going to swap out and send out his Necrozma, which this Pokemon is pretty intense. I predicted a swap, so I just went for the Leech Seed, and that's pretty good. So now I've got some pretty decent recovery going now, and I know what he can do. He can... I know he's got like Thunder Wave, Stealth Rocks, kind of more of a support set. So he's gonna get his rocks up, which really bit me in the ass this game. The lesson I learned from this battle, honestly, is that I need to have hazard removal because it really cost me this game, basically. Like, I feel like I would have had a much better shot of winning if I had hazard removal, but, you live, you learn. Oh yeah, spoilers, guys. I forgot to say that. Yeah, I did not win this battle, but it's still a pretty good one. Pretty intense. So he sends up his Marowak, and I can't touch this thing, and I don't want to take any attacks from it. Now, I know it's Thick Club, I know it doesn't have a Searcher Spirit or anything, so it doesn't have recovery, so that's not really a concern here. But, so he goes for a Flame Charge, so now he's at +1, and that makes him relatively quick, considering how all of Gen 7's kind of slow. I tend to use more of the newer Pokemon than the old ones. So I'm just going to see what he goes for here, and he actually goes for the Boomerang. And I'm pretty sure I can live one Boomerang since it's not Stab. And I'm actually right, I do survive one. And I'm going to be able to get a Liquidation off, which does some pretty decent damage, but Alola Marowak has some serious bulk. Like, it's pretty bulky. It's got natural defenses, not quite like a Toxapex, but... So I'm just gonna go for the Painful Bunker here. Like, maybe thinking he'd predict the swap in a Celesteela, but... No, he just keeps going for the Boomerang. So I'm actually gonna let Toxapex go down, which was a bad play. Kind of predicted him to. I over-predicted pretty bad. I thought maybe I had an immunity to ground type move, so he had to stop going for it eventually. Like he just kept going for it. So I lost to my Toxapex, and I didn't need to, and it was my hazard removal with the toxic spikes. So he's going to get a pretty free swap into his own Toxapex here. I'm gonna go to Swords Dance. My disguise is up. My stash is broken, but my disguise is still up. So, and I don't want to get messed up by Baneful Bunker yet. You know, just trying to see if he has it or not. So I go for another Swords Dance here, because I know how bulky this thing is. And he's actually going to scald me trying to get a burn, and that is going to break my disguise. And so he's not going to be able to hit me too hard. I have pretty good natural defenses, and I actually do about half, and his Scald does a pretty decent amount to me too. And looking at the damage, I think I'll be able to take it out on the next turn, but it does have the Baneful Bunker, and this is when he decides to use it. So he protects himself, and he's going to be able to survive with his Toxapex with my next Shadow Claw, unless I get a crit, which supposedly Shadow Claw is supposed to have a high crit rate, but I don't think it's crit for me a single time. Whatever, you know. And yeah, it's not going to be enough, and he's got the Recover. So his set's Toxic Spike, Scald, Baneful Bunker, and Recover. So he doesn't have any poison attacks, but he's definitely going to be able to outstall me. So I'm deciding I'm going to go +6 here. Like, go for broke. I mean, I've got to be able to take this thing out. And he just goes for another Recover. So at this point, I should be doing much more damage than he's able to recover, but I am on a timer because my Mimikyu is poisoned. And that's a bad spot for me. So this Shadow Claw, and if I only would have got a crit, if only I could have gotten a crit, like, oh, it would have definitely changed the tides of the battle, for sure. So I've got like maybe one turn left here, and he's gonna go for the Baneful Bunker. Kind of wish I have a Pain Split on this thing, or any kind of recovery. Like I almost wish I could just have thrown Rest on it, just for this situation. So I am going to be able to get a Shadow Claw off. He doesn't try to go for the double protect here, but he's going to recover and get his HP back. So I'm not in a good spot here. I'm kind of, my Pokemon are kind of showing their ass a little bit, you know what I'm saying? All those Shadow Claws and not a single crit. But, so that's Mimikyu down. So far I've lost my Mimikyu, and, who else did I lose? I've lost someone else too. So Mimikyu's down, and my Toxapex, they're both down, and that's like the majority of my bulk. So here I am going to predict the swap. He sends out Orsome, whatever. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. He sends out his Mega Scizor, and it takes this Shadow Ball relatively well. But I did get the prediction right that he was going to swap, so that was good. But he actually swaps here and sends out his Toxapex again, and I go for another Shadow Ball. That does pretty decent damage. I know Toxapex isn't really specially defensive usually, but you know. So I am just going to go for a Psyshock here, and he's going to protect. No, I think I actually went. No, okay. I remember one of these battles, I made a semi-decent prediction and went for Calm Mind. Probably not this one, though. I'm sorry, guys. I had this battle about a week ago, I'd say, and I just didn't have enough time to get this done, so I apologize. So I'm going to get a Shadow Ball off. Now, this thing reduces the damage of super effective attacks, but that's still going to hit hard enough to take this guy out next turn. Like, there's no way around it. He doesn't outspeed me. and I'm still getting worn down, but I am going to be able to pop my citrus berry here, which is nice. I mean, it'd be better if I wasn't poisoned, but I can only do so much. So something is going to eat another Shadow Ball here, and he decides to let his Necrozma go down. Smart play. He got his rocks up. I don't think it really benefited him as much anymore. I mean, like, he maybe could have tried to Thunder Wave something. But then I lose the Psychic Terrain, so he can send out his Orsome and go for Bullet Punch. I'm going to predict this, and I'm going to swap in my Celesteela, which pretty much walls this thing. It actually genuinely does. And he predicts that and goes for the U-turn, which also is super effective. So, against my Tapu Lele. Or is it neutral? Is Fairy resist bug? Maybe it does. So, he sends in his Alolan Marowak here. And this is where I made another really bad play. I actually let Celesteela take this hit and go down instead of swapping into what could have been a more useless Pokemon, Golisopod, which I carried for some unknown reason. So that actually bit me in the ass pretty bad. But I'm going to be able to send Tapu Lele back out, and it is going to get back up the Psychic Terrain, so no more Bullet Punch shenanigans. And that is his Alolan Marowak down. So this is and he's just going to be able to swap in his Tapu Bulu and get back up the Grassy Terrain, which gets rid of my Psychic Terrain and puts me in a bad spot. So I actually do outspeed, because I am a sweeping set, and get a Moonblast off, and it does pretty decent damage. But the bulk up, with the bulk up and the Horn Leech, it's not gonna be enough. If I would have got a crit here, you know, woulda, shoulda, coulda, crits would have been nice. But he has leftovers and the Grassy Terrain, so he's getting a good bit of health back each turn, and I am just steadily losing more and more health. So, sorry if the audio changed a little bit. I moved the mic. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to be quiet, because as usual, my kid's asleep, and so is my wife. So if that's bugging you guys, I'm really sorry, but it's the way it is sometimes, you know? So that's my Tapu Lele down, and basically I don't really have anything that can take out this. So I'm gonna try to go for broke here. So I send out my Porygon Z, I survived the rocks, and I'm poisoned. I'm just gonna go for Hyper Beam, and it misses. I'm like, damn it. You know, I should have went for the safer Ice Beam, because I did carry it, but I figured he might see that coming and swap it to his Mega Scizor, and that would do nothing to Mega Scizor. But looking back, I made so many bad plays and over predictions. Like, I over predicted so bad. I was like, this guy is tough, and I know he's tough. And I tried playing like a pro, and it bit me in the ass. So Golisopod's gonna come in here. He's gonna get a pretty fair amount of damage done to him by the rocks, and he's gonna get poisoned. I get a first impression off. It hits pretty hard, but with a bulk up and it's only neutral, I'm not gonna be able to do enough. So he's gonna be able to Horn Leech, and so that's my priority attack off, and now I'm pretty much screwed because he outspeeds me, and it would have been a poison Golisopod versus the world. So I didn't really stand a chance at this point, but definitely I messed up really bad with letting my walls go down too soon, like not deciding which Pokemon were worth saving and which weren't. You know, I made a lot of bad plays here. This is my loss. Totally own up to it. This is a great battle, though. He is a great battler, and you should definitely check out his YouTube channel. He's really good. And also, check the links in the description for all sorts of other stuff. If you're not in my Facebook group and like competitive battlings, you should definitely join that. And I've got a Patreon set up if you guys want to support the channel. It's some weird coincidence that you do. And then I've also got a Twitter if you want to follow me and see the people I follow and watch me try to get battles with really cool people. So, alright guys, have a great day.